Provisional figures released by the Ghana Statistical Service show that Ghana's economy grew by 5.4% in 2021. The figure, which was released by the government statistician, shows that the growth rate of the economy exceeded the 2021 gross domestic product growth rate of 5.1% captured in the 2021 budget. There's more details in this report.
Ghana's economy grew at the fastest rate in 2 years in 2021, beating forecasts by the government and the International Monetary Fund after a better-than-expected fourth quarter. According to the government statistician, Professor Samuel Kobina Enim, gross domestic product increased to 5.4% last year after expanding a revised 0.5% in 2020.
With a growth rate of 3.6 for the first quarter of 2021, the second quarter growth rate of 4.2, the third quarter growth rate of 6.5, and the last quarter growth rate of 7.0. The overall growth rate for 2021 stood at 5.4%, which corresponds to 459,130.9 million. With the just ended population and housing census, this translates to a per capita GDP of 2,565 Ghana cedis as per capita GDP for the year 2021. From a subsector perspective, again on an annual basis, we did record a contraction for the industry sector, specifically with the industry sector contracting by 0.8%, which was largely driven by what we saw in the mining and quarrying sector, subsector, and again, which was driven by the oil and gas contraction. We saw the services sector taking the lead of 9.4%, followed by the agriculture sector, 8.4%.
The data also show that Ghana's economy grew by 7% in the fourth quarter of 2021. The figure represents a higher growth rate than what was recorded in the same period in 2020, which saw a growth rate of 4.3%. The information and communication, manufacturing, and crop subsectors were the main drivers of GDP growth for the year under review.
In the industry sector, on an annual basis, in contrast to the 0.5 that we saw on quarterly basis growth rate, we are recording a contraction for the mining and quarrying sector for the whole period 2021, that is from January to December 2021. Indeed, the contraction was mainly driven by oil and gas, which also contracted by 12.5% for the entire period, January to December 2021, culminating in the contraction in the mining and quarrying sector, which year-on-year change contracted by 12.1%. The water and sewage subsector saw the highest growth rate expansion of 13.3%. Within the services sector, we saw information and communication contributing significantly to the 9.4 growth rate that we saw in the services sector, with a growth rate year-on-year of 33.1%. Education contracted by 3.7% for the entire period, January to December 2021.